Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be recreating a makeup look that is very out of my comfort zone. When I show you the look, you will see why. It's definitely not something that I would ever do on myself, but this video is in collaboration with my good friend here on YouTube, Martina Lily. We both picked a makeup look for each other to recreate. So I picked a look for her and she picked a look for me. The look that she picked for me was by Hung Van Gogh. If you're not familiar with him, he's an amazing makeup artist. He has a YouTube channel and he's so incredibly talented. Every single look he does is just beautiful, including this one, even though it's very far out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna move over to the side here so I can pop the photo up here on the screen, but he did this makeup on Morgan Fletcher, and I'm actually not even sure who Morgan Fletcher is. I'll have to look her up, but he did this makeup on her, and I think he called it like a fresh mod spring makeup look, and it's very blue, navy, kind of almost like a cut crease look on her, so I am going to be attempting to recreate that look today. If you're not familiar with Martina's channel, which I know a lot of you are, I know we have a lot of the same subscribers, so I'm sure a lot of you already watch her, but if you don't, you absolutely should. She is such a genuine, just kind person that loves makeup. We have become really fast friends here on YouTube. We have FaceTimed each other a few times, and we did, to plan for this video, we did like an Instagram FaceTime, and we were on the phone for like 3.5 hours or so. And she is just so sweet and kind, and I just love talking to her. She does a ton of makeup reviews on her channel, lots of high-end makeup. You will find it all on her channel, and she's so honest, and I just love watching her videos. She's one of those YouTubers that I save her videos for times when I know I can actually sit and watch it. Sometimes there are certain videos I'll just put on in the background for when I'm working, cooking, cleaning, whatever, and I don't need to watch it, but with her videos, I save them so that I can sit down and watch. We both share the same true love for makeup, and it's so fun to have someone, a friend, that loves makeup as much as I do. And I know that if you like my videos, you will like hers also. She lives in Australia, and I just absolutely adore her. So I will have her channel and her video linked below for you. Make sure you go check it out. If you're new to my channel and you're here from Martina's channel, welcome. My name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I hope you'll stick around. But let's just get started with the makeup. All right, so I have the look pulled up here on my phone. I'm gonna prop it up right here so I can kind of see it. Like I said, I'm gonna give this my best shot, but this is very intimidating because this is not anything like what I normally do, but that's the fun of it. So let's get into it. I am going to start with my face today. I should probably do eyes first, but I don't know. You guys, I am not an eyes first person. I don't know what it is, but every time I try to do my eyes first, I don't know. Something about it just doesn't feel right. So we're gonna do my face first today and just hope that when we get to the eyes, I don't royally screw them up and need to start all over. So for the face today, she picked out this primer for me. I don't think I even said it in the intro, but we also picked the makeup for each other to use for our looks. So the makeup that I have here that I'm gonna use, she picked for me to create this look. So we're gonna start with this. This is the Iconic London Underglow primer. And I'm just gonna start with a little bit of this. Hung Van Gogh actually has a video creating this makeup on his YouTube channel that I will also link below. And I watched it this morning just to kind of prepare myself because I thought maybe that would help watching him. It really didn't, because he is just, I don't know, he makes everything look so easy and effortless. All right, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of color corrector. We picked, or Martina picked, the Pixi Corrector, which is one of my favorites. Of course, Hung did not use any color corrector on Morgan. She does not need really anything. Her skin is pretty much perfection. So he did not do this step when he created this look. But if you're new to my channel, I never skip this step. I always include color corrector under my eyes. So I'm just adding a little bit of this with my finger. Okay, for foundation, she chose the Dior Forever Skin Glow. I have mine in the shade 1.5 Neutral. And again, I think for this makeup, Hung used a Korean foundation. I remember seeing it in his video and I was not familiar with the one that he used. But again, he used almost nothing on her because her skin is so pretty. She has really beautiful natural freckles all over her face and he didn't cover them, which I love because she just has beautiful skin. I'm gonna start with this and I can always add more. And I am blending this with, of course, the 106 from BK Beauty. If you're not familiar with Hung Van Gogh and you love makeup, definitely go subscribe to his YouTube channel and follow him on Instagram because his work is so just stunning. Every single look he does is just so beautiful. But let's see, I know he does Selena Gomez makeup sometimes. And then I've seen him do Jennifer Lawrence a lot. In fact, I just saw a photo earlier on my Instagram that he did for her. I'm not sure what the makeup look was for, but it was a very recent event, I guess, that Jennifer Lawrence attended and he did her makeup and it was just beautiful. Okay, for concealer, she picked out two for me to mix together. I've never tried these two mixed together before, but the Urban Decay Quickie Concealer and the Saie Hydrabeam. These, I really like this one, the Quickie. I don't use it a ton. I'm not really sure why. This one is not my favorite from Saie. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's super light coverage and I find that a lot of times it kind of separates on me under my eyes. I don't know why, but it's not my favorite, but we're gonna try mixing it with this from Urban Decay. So this is the Quickie Concealer from Urban Decay in the shade 30NN. And then in the Saie Concealer, I have the shade HB2. And I'm gonna blend those in with the BK Beauty 110, which is one of my favorite concealer brushes. Martina actually, I feel like she does this a lot in her videos. She mixes concealers and I never do that and I really need to start because some concealers, you know, I'll try them and I don't love them on their own, but then mixed in with something else, I might actually like it a little bit better. So I really need to make it a point of doing this more. I just never really think about it. Which from a distance, these are actually looking really nice mixed together. Okay, yeah, actually those two concealers mixed together actually look really nice. I feel like the Saie, because it's so sheer, it's almost like kind of like a skincare concealer. It's almost like a tinted eye cream. It kind of tones down the Urban Decay coverage just a little bit, but not too much. See, I need to be doing what Martina is doing and mix my concealers. For bronzer, she picked the NARS Cream Bronzer in Laguna 01. And I'm going to use this with the BK Beauty A507. And just lightly apply this. I definitely noticed in Hung's video where he did this makeup, he did bronzer and blush like extremely soft. Like they weren't super opaque applications of either. They were kind of like a sheer cheek. And I think it's because the eye look is very much the focus of this makeup. So I'm gonna try to add a light amount of blush and bronzer, which is why I'm using this brush from BK Beauty, because it's on the larger side. It's kind of fluffy, so it doesn't apply product really intensely, which is what we're going for. Okay, I think he then moved on to brows and eyes and then did blush and lips after that. So I think we're gonna do that. But for powder, she chose this one from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light, which honestly I don't use often. I have it, but it's just kind of one of those things I don't use that much, but I'm just gonna use just like a light dusting of this kind of in the T-zone, and then a little bit underneath the bronzer over here, and then a little bit in the center of my forehead. And then under my eyes, she chose this powder, which is the Westman Atelier Vital Pressed Skincare Powder in the shade Pink Bubble. So I'm gonna apply just like a tiny bit of this under my eyes. I'm gonna use that same brush I just used for the Hourglass powder. This is the 108 from BK Beauty. And I'm just gonna lightly apply a little bit of this under my eyes. Okay, let's move on to the brows and then we'll start the eyeshadow. So she chose these two brow products, the Glossier Brow Flick, which is a brow pen, and then the Mario Brow Gel. Now, the Glossier Brow Flick, I am not the best with this product. Hung did use a brow pen on Morgan. So she has a very fluffy brow in this makeup look, so I think the pen is probably the way to go. But I'm not super confident with brow pens, but we will do our best. So I'm gonna go through like I'm doing now and kind of brush them up and hope for the best with this. This is the shade Brown. I will probably not be able to talk much as I'm doing this. Okay, I'm gonna stop there for now with the brows because you guys, these brow pens, these are hard. Maybe it's just that one in particular, but I don't know. I feel like I can't get the exact right amount of pressure when I'm using it, and I feel like that makes the biggest difference. You don't want to press too hard, but you have to press hard enough so that you'll actually get the hair strokes. I don't know. We're gonna stop there for now. I'm gonna go into the brow gel that she chose, which is the Makeup by Mario Master Blade. Is that right? Master Hold Brow Gel. And set them in place. I'm kind of fluffing them up because in the photo she definitely has very fluffy looking eyebrows. All right, you guys, the time has come. I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous about doing an eye look. I think it's because this is just so far out there for me. But for this eye, Martina chose two eyeshadow palettes because, I don't know, we just thought maybe I might need a little bit of both of these, both from Natasha Denona, the Biba and the Glam palette. I'm thinking I can do most of this with the Biba, so we'll see. I am thinking I am going to use these 3 shades from the Biba. So this one, which is like a navy, a gray, and then this is like a darker kind of charcoal gray. So I'm thinking these 3 are gonna be the ones for this look. And then it looks like she definitely has like a little bit of a shimmer on her lid, like a blue shimmer. So I don't know what I'm gonna use for that. I'm probably gonna have to use one of the gray shimmers in here and try to make it close to the photo. I don't have exactly the right shades that he used. He started out with a navy eyeliner, which I don't have. So we're gonna have to start out with the navy shade in the Biba palette. So we're gonna start with the shade here, and I'm gonna use this brush. I'm not really sure what brush to use for this. It's gotta be small because he used an eyeliner, so he got really, really close to the lash line. So I don't wanna use a brush that's too large. So I'm gonna use this one from the Morphe Ariel collab. Start applying this as close as I can get it to my lash line. So I got that on. That was a little bit difficult, but I got it there. Then he takes a black eyeliner. So we picked this one from Pat McGrath, and he goes and kind of adds it to the outer half of the lash line and kind of wings it out. Kind of surprised I was able to do those wings. That Pat McGrath eyeliner is super creamy. So for the next part, he uses a really pretty blue sparkly eyeshadow, and he puts that on her lids. I don't really have a blue sparkly eyeshadow, so the only thing I really know to do is mix 2 shadows, which is not ideal because I think he used a Wayne Goss palette that had a really pretty sparkly blue in it. But I am gonna take this shade here, which is Sculpture. It's like a really light kind of blue gray. And I have no idea if this is gonna work or not, but I'm gonna get some on my brush. And then I'm gonna go into the Glam palette. I think I'm gonna use this shade here, Center Eyelid. It's like a light blue-gray kind of shimmer. And I just kind of pressed in there with both of these. And we're just gonna go for this because I don't really have a shade like he was using. And he just kind of tapped this on the lid. He didn't bring it up super far. I'm just using kind of a flat shader brush for this. I'm gonna go in with some more to get a little bit more pigment. This time I'm gonna use this lighter shade right here, the inner corner. It's also kind of a silver gray, but lighter. And just start tapping that on. Okay, it's not exact, but it's close to the color that he has. And then this is the part that is really out there for me. He took like a dark kind of blue gray. So I'm gonna take this shade here called Tor, T-O-R. And he used a pencil brush. So I'm using the 210 from BK Beauty, and he used this to like carve out the crease. then I'm going to take this shade right here called Sculpture, which is the light kind of blue-gray. I'm going to use kind of a fluffy crease brush. This is the A502 from BK Beauty. I'm just going to lightly kind of buff around the edge of that shade so that it's a little bit more soft looking. Okay, and then he used that blue sparkly shade on the lower lash line too, which I don't really have, so I'm gonna use the same thing really we used on the lid. So I'm gonna use Sculpture and then a little bit of the grayish sparkle from the Glam palette. So I think probably this one right here. So I'm putting this on the lower lash line, and he kind of went all the way in, so I'm gonna do that also. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this shade again, this inner corner shade, and I'm gonna get a little bit of that on my finger and just kind of tap that on, because he definitely has a little bit of shimmer here. I want to add just a little bit more. All right, we're gonna move away from the eyes now. I feel like I just keep like wanting to mess with it, and we're just gonna leave it here. Let's go in to blush. For blush, she chose this one from Patrick Ta. This is his new shade, and she's flushed. The shade that Hung is using in the video is a pretty kind of peachy pink color. So I'm gonna go into the powder right here, and I'm just adding this like really, really lightly, because like I said earlier, the cheeks are pretty minimal in this makeup. He definitely doesn't have like a ton of blush or bronzer. For powder bronzer, she picked the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Nude Bronze Light. I'm just gonna take just like the tiniest bit of this and just kind of tap it over where we applied the NARS. And then for highlighter, she picked the Haus Labs Bio Radiant Gel Highlighter in pink, or not pink, peach quartz. Gonna add a little bit of that. Okay, moving back to the eyes. He did take the black eyeliner and go in the waterline, so I'm using that same Pat McGrath. All right, I curled my lashes, and for mascara, she chose the What's Up Beauty mascara. Okay, for lips, she picked the Makeup by Mario lip liner. This one is in the shade Toasty. I think Hung used a Makeup by Mario lip liner, but his was, I think, the shade Hue, which I don't have, so she picked this one. All right, and then the lipstick we picked is Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Bitch Perfect. The lip she has on is pretty peachy, so we thought this one would probably be kind of close. I don't think he used a ton on her. It's almost like he kind of painted it on a little bit. It's not super opaque looking on her lips, so I think I might take the Makeup by Mario lip brush that's on one of the ends of his liners and do it this way. And last, for setting spray, she picked the Urban Decay All Nighter. All right, you guys, this is the finished makeup. What do you think? I'm not gonna lie, that was really difficult. That was really hard. This is probably the most challenging makeup look I've ever tried to recreate on myself. Not something I would ever do, but it was very fun. I like the challenge of creating makeup looks, that especially ones that I wouldn't normally do. It's fun to see what you can create just with makeup you have at home based on a picture of somebody else's work. I just think it's fun. So I'm so excited and happy that we did this collab. Thank you to Martina for collaborating with me again. I'm sure we will continue to collaborate in the future. I just have the best time chatting with her, and if you have not checked out her channel, please make sure to do so. I will have her channel and her collab video with her look that I picked for her linked down below. I hope you'll subscribe if you have not already. If you're here from Martina's channel, thank you so much for coming and watching. I will have everything linked below that I used today. They are affiliate links, so I do make a commission that supports this channel if you use them. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.